500 large non-performing assets have been identified in the Indian financial system. 12 of them have been ordered, mandated by the Reserve Bank of India to be processed through the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code to find either a resolution or to make sure that the assets are sold and the businesses are closed. This is a very signal starting point to the resolution of the non-performing asset problem. But the space for this will have to be created in the banking system itself, and particularly importantly, in the nationalized banking space. So what are the actions that perhaps might facilitate a final resolution of the NPA problem and a moving forward with a healthy banking system which can fuel India's 10% GDP growth, which is around the corner? Let's take it in steps. The first action to be taken is to split the entire nationalized bank universe into those banks which have more than 20% impaired assets and those banks which have lesser than that. The ones that have more than 20% impaired assets ought to sell through an auction process, which is market-based, transparent, all their good assets to whoever is willing to buy them out. And for that, the auction will result in a very significant market interest in buying out the good debt. What remains can be consolidated into one PSU bank asset reconstruction company so that the entire focus moves to making sure that assets will get resolved, either sold or management change or a new resolution plan with the existing management, whatever works for a particular situation with the help of the IBC can be resolved. What needs to be done with the rest of the banks which still remain? They need to be consolidated with anchor regional banks. For example, in the south, the Canara Bank could be the base around which a merger of 4 or 5 South Indian banks can take place. Punjab National Bank in the north can be the bank into which some of the northern banks may be merged. And either the UCO Bank or the Allahabad Bank could be taken as an eastern bank around which a further set of mergers happens. What that would do is create a very large functioning asset reconstruction company, which would result in a consolidation of debt, which is a necessary precondition to actually resolve it. And in the meantime, if the information utility comes into existence, then the full process of consolidation of the entire debt which is impaired can move forward at a pace that has not been possible before. And what that will do is permit the resolution to happen within the 270 days prescribed under the IBC. So far as the rest of the banks are concerned, there is another one-time opportunity which should be exploited. On 1st of April 2019, the entire banking and financial services universe will move into Ind AS. And at that step, there is a one-time opportunity to fair value the entire fixed assets, thereby resulting in a significant upgradation in the value of these assets. Equally, there is a whole bunch of impaired assets which have certain provisions which have already been made. The balance can be set up in a way that it reflects the realizable value of those loan assets. The offset can then be done in the balance sheet without there being the need to recapitalize or make fresh provisions. And this is a one-time opportunity on 1st April, which must be captured in order that what can emerge is a full-on resolution mechanism through existing ARCs and the new ARC which has been set up, through the information utility coming into play, and the balance healthy 4 of 5 regionally focused banks, which have an all India footprint in any case, would be able to deliver the goods to a 10% rising GDP India, which will then be hungry for formal debt capital from the banking system.